Why would Haiti, a third world country torn by poverty, starvation, and natural disasters, commit to burning 475 tons of hybrid seeds sent to the U.S.? Haiti is the poorest country in the Americas, according to the 2013 UN Human Development Report, and they state that the answer to this question is because of genetically modified organisms. Genetically modified organisms, also known as GMOs, are plants or animals that have been genetically engineered with DNA from other plants, animals, bacteria, or viruses in experimental combinations that cannot occur through natural or traditional crossbreeding methods. Genetically modified foods first hit grocery stores in 1994 when the U.S. Food and Drug Administration approved the Flavor Saver tomato for the sale of grocery stores' shelves. And this is the Flavor Saver and the sticker that says genetically modified seeds. This delayed ripening tomato has a longer shelf life than conventional tomatoes. Now we consume genetically modified organisms more than you think, and there are many benefits and downfalls as well. First of all, we consume GMOs without even knowing it. This is because U.S. food makers are not required to label products that contain GMOs or ingredients with DNA that has been manipulated by scientists. The United States and Canada do not require labeling, while over 50 countries, including all of the European Union and most of Asia, require labeling of genetically modified foods. Shockingly, now 80% of processed foods on the supermarket shelves contain genetically engineered ingredients. 95 of the sugar beets, 93 of the soybeans, and 88% of corn and cotton grown in the United States is genetically modified. A scary fact is that most Americans eat more than their body weight in genetically engineered foods every year. According to the Environmental Working Group, on average, people eat an estimated 193 pounds of genetically engineered food in a 12-month period, and the typical adult weighs 179 pounds. Secondly, there are many downfalls to GMOs. Genetically modified food is a relatively new science, so there is no long-term study on the health effects. And the government and food industry do not require any testing. This means that the multinational corporations that predominantly control the nation's food supply are left to self-regulate, and we have no idea what this could be doing to our health years down the road. Also, there are many risks. Local farmers are at risk for bankruptcy, local agriculture is at risk for soil depletion, and the insects and wildlife is at risk for killing off beneficial insects in symbiotic relationships. Some human health concerns of GMO include allergies such as rashes, antibiotic resistance, infertility, birth defects, gastrointestinal issues, and even death. Lastly, genetically modified foods are also beneficial for many reasons. They give crops the ability to grow faster, with higher yields and less favorable environmental conditions. As populations across the world grow and more lands are being utilized for housing instead of food production, farmers are forced to grow crops in locations that are originally not suitable for farming or plant cultivation. And not to mention long periods of drought will help them grow healthy crops. Genetically modified crops carry resistance to infestation by specific pests and diseases, and certain crops allow for higher yields at an increased rate of breeding, which can lead to increase in profits. Also, by modifying some GMO foods in terms of mineral or vitamin content, companies can supply more necessary nutrients and fight worldwide malnutrition. In conclusion, genetically modified foods have been around for longer than you think. Also, we all consume GMOs more than you think. Though there are both benefits and risks, it is nearly impossible to completely avoid GM foods. However, if you wish to coexist, you could eat organic foods, support local farmers, or even plant a garden, if you're on the edge about this concept. I'm glad I got the opportunity to inform all of you about genetically modified organisms.